On today's Locked On Avalanche StatCast, the Avs lose 5-2 to the Islanders, but what do the numbers say? Let's get to a new Locked On StatCast right now.
Your Locked On Avalanche, your daily podcast on the Colorado Avalanche, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
All right, everybody, welcome to the Locked On Avalanche StatCast, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Thank you for joining me for another StatCast, this one between the Colorado Avalanche and the New York Islanders, which the Avalanche lose 5-2. So I've been doing these for after a few games now, where might as well look into some of the deeper stats and analytics and see if they tell any type of story when it comes to the Avalanche and this loss. But the first thing I want to bring up, what should I do about this jersey? When we do the show, the normal show with Kyle and I, like the window is a little, it's cropped so you don't see the Mikko jersey. I can't take it down right now. But what do I do? Because with these shows, you're going to see that jersey. Do I move it over? Do I replace it with something else? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. We'll discuss that at a later date. And I just can't take it down right now. I don't know why, but it also probably makes people sad, and I don't want to do that either while we do this. I think the Avalanche loss is probably also making people sad to the Islanders, because I thought they played overall a good game, good enough to win. Definitely. Was it a 5-2 looking game? No, not at all. I know you had an empty netter and it makes it look a little bit lopsided, but I don't think the numbers really kind of tell the story. So why wait? Let's dive into the numbers here. And like always, we will start with natural stat trick. And I always like starting with that because it kind of gives you the most, a lot of information, especially on shots and power plays and things like that, and heat maps, which we'll get to all of it. Avalanche on the bottom of this chart right here. So there's your Corsi 4. And again, those are shots directed towards the net in your first period. Avalanche actually led that. And I thought the first period was very, it wasn't boring, but it was just not just a lot of back and forth. I said on the regular podcast, it was like a tennis match. It just seemed like a lot of back and forth, but the Avalanche really a little bit slow to pick up kind of the shot pace until like the second half of that period. I think they were down like 8-3 for the first like 6, 7, or 8 minutes of that period. But things got going for them as the period went on. It obviously carried over into the second period, and you can see that here with your Corsi, 34 and 14 against. That's a 68% Corsi For Percentage. So 68% of the time you are controlling the shots on the ice. That is really good. And then for your Fenwick, which eliminates the blocked shots, you're still up 20-10 on that, and you're still up 64.5%. So the second period is where things really started going the Avalanche way. And that this kind of goes to the bigger picture. A lot of what Kyle and I talked about on the episode. They're just not finding the back of the net. You're finding opportunities. How good are those opportunities? We'll get to that in a second. But you're at least finding lanes to get shots off. Now you do have in that second period 30 for the Corsi 4, 20 for the Fenwick. So 10 shots were blocked by the Islanders. So do you want to find a way to get maybe a few of those through? Definitely. And then for your third period, things evened out in the third period where you had 18 for and 18 against. And it felt that way. I think the Islanders picked it up a little bit more in the third period. So I feel like how these numbers break down. Yeah, I mean, just watching the game, it kind of feels like it was that. Second was all Avalanche. Third, maybe a little bit more even. Scoring chances. This is your SCF. For the Avs, you scored chanced them. I don't know if that's the proper terminology. In the first, 12-10, 15-7 in the second. Again, that was your best period. And then 9-6 in the third. So while that was, yes, a more even game as far as the scoring chances went, still favored the Avs. High danger in the first period was the Islanders in favor of 3 chances for high danger chances for the Avs, opposed to 6 for the Islanders. Flips in the second period, 5-1 in favor of the Avalanche. And then in the third, we're going off of the shots, saying it was kind of like a even period. But as far as high danger chances, the Avs led that 6-1. And that's where you gave up goals in that period. So just going off the shot charts, it's what you want a hockey team to do. You want a hockey team to shoot shots towards the net, with the law of averages saying more than 2 will go in when the numbers look like this. And they didn't for this game, for the Avs. For your, let's see, I don't know why the expected goals are not updated there. They gotta, oh, wait a minute. Let me see if this is for all. No, still not updated. So a little glitch in the matrix there for Natural Stat Trick when it comes to the expected goals. But we can look at that on Hockey Puck. If you look at the chart for all the shots that we were just talking about, obviously this goes heavy to the Avalanche. It's right around plus, a little bit shy of plus 24. That's for 5-on-5. Click it over to all. That goes up to plus 32. So just shots directed towards the net heavily favor the Avalanche. And when you see a chart this lopsided, you usually have a closer score. You usually have the team that's on top of that much. More often than not is the team that wins. Let's look at the heat map. This is a nice heat map for the Avalanche. This is, you're getting a good amount right in front of the net. That's something that we've been talking about a lot lately. So they're improving on that. This is 5-on-5. We look at all situations. Look how much more that those chances right in front, not chances, but your body's right in front of the net balloons up. We'll bring that down. That's the 5-on-5. And once again, here's the all situations. That's good. So what does that mean? If it's that for 5-on-5 and all situations, which are your power play, it goes up by that much. Let's look at the power play. Oh my goodness. There's movement in front of the net. Remember when we did this a couple days ago and you just had the blocks like where are we here? Let me go here. Just one block here, a block here, a block, just standing around. Well, now sure, it's maybe this is all the Nathan McKinnon side down here. You didn't really get much over on here, so maybe you want to even that out a little bit more, but you're getting more movement down below, down right in front of the net. That is a good sign. It's not equaling goals, but you're not just getting the dots on the perimeter. You're getting more here. So it's good. All of this is favoring the Avalanche. You can't really complain about much of it here. Let's take a look at the power plays. You had 2 for the Avs, and power play 1, you won the face-off. That's good. And then you go down a little bit. You lose the face-off. You get a shot but a miss, another shot but a miss, a shot on net. I think that is a shot on net there. Yeah, so that's another one. And then you had to block a shot, and then you lost the face. So not a bad power play. Again, I the first one I didn't think was so bad. You had a pretty good rotation, pretty good traffic in front. Just didn't equate to anything. And your second one, lost the face-off, had to block a shot, had a shot on net, another shot on net, and then there's the final face-off. Improvement. And I think right now the way the Avalanche power play is going, that is what you want to see, is improvement. So Avalanche on ice, this is just kind of like individual players. You kind of can look at their individual Corsis and Fenwicks and shots for and all that stuff. And again, the expected goals is not updated on Natural Stat Trick. So you can just kind of go down this quickly, looking at your Corsi and Against. If you're over 50%, that's good. So Lehkonen with a good day. Again, this is 5-on-5. He was 15-4-7 against. Cale Makar, 30. Corsi For 20 against. That's really good. DeHaan, even though he had a rough game, 17-4-12 against. Taves, 31 against 19. You just go down the percentages. You can just look at the percentages. 62%, 68, almost 69 for Jack Drury. 24-4, 11 against. Everybody with the exception of Parsonen, who was just under 50%, 10-4 and 11 against. And Parker Kelly, again, he was only 9-4-10 against. Everybody was really over 50% as far as shots while they are on the ice. And if you bump this up to all, it's even higher. Lehkonen, 21-8. That's 72%. A 72% Corsi For. 72% when he's on the ice. 72% of the shots are coming from his team. That's excellent. Excellent. Even on the Fenwick, still tells the same story. It's even better on the Fenwick. 11-4 and 4 against for Lehkonen. Where was Nicias here? Look at Marty Nicias. 43 Corsi For, 18 against. Nathan MacKinnon, 42-4, 16 against. And there's Taves, 44. So, like, your top guys are doing what they're supposed to do. You can't get too mad about it. What do I want to do here? Oh, look at the individual event maps. It kind of just tells where things went for each guy. We can do Marty Nicias, a lot of green down there. That's good. He got a shot. That's a block shot. That's a block shot. The red is, he took a hit. So he's getting hit over here, blocked a shot over there. Nice game for Marty Nicias. Arturi Lehkonen, a lot of green and a lot right in front of the net. He had a block shot there, had a shot there, block shot. There's the goal from his butt. And had a shot there, took a couple hits against the boards there, blocked a shot over there. I like to see that. Let's see the Jack Drury one because he's one of the new guys. A lot of good green there for Jack Drury. And that's a block shot. He missed a shot there. That's where the goal came from when he came flying on the ice. You love to see that. Another shot down there. That's a tip-in shot. Yeah. A shot over there, a miss. So he's active. He is active. Nathan MacKinnon, because his is always loaded up. Tons of stuff. Maybe a little bit more you want to see on this defensive end, but just shots everywhere. I wish there was another green one here for a shot, another green one over here for another shot, because he passed up a couple, I feel. If you want to look at some maybe not so good ones, Josh Manson, offensively, okay, I will take that. Defensively, couple blocks there, that's okay. And he took a hit over there. Where was Malinsky? Maybe a tough day for Sam Malinsky. Couple good moments in the offensive zone, but and he had a couple blocks, which is good, but he took a lot of hits behind the boards and had some turnovers back there. I think there was a giveaway around here. I can't because they're right on top of each other, but I'll show you on the hockey stat cards. Defensively, the numbers were not that good. And here's your forward lines. So again, we'll look at kind of like the big guys here: Drouin, MacKinnon, and Nicias. That's your top line. Combined, they were 22-4, 13 against. For Fenwick, 16-4, 11 against. Controlling pace of play: Miles Wood, Jack Drury, Ross Colton. Is that a line we should get excited about? Because they looked, I thought, pretty good. These guys down here. Excuse me. And you had 17-4 and 11 against. I thought they had some pretty good shifts. Same thing with Kiviranta, Parker Kelly, and Logan O'Connor. I know they're only 9-4-9 against, but there was a couple shifts there where they kept the puck in their zone. Maybe didn't cycle as much or get like shots on net, but kept the puck in the zone for your next set of lines. I don't look at this as really anything that you look at these numbers and you're like, wow, this how is this a 5-2 game? Because almost everything the Avalanche are controlling. So, I mean, if these numbers are this high, they're obviously flipped for the Islanders. And if you were to look at the Islanders, be like, how did they win this game? Well, that's the crazy thing with hockey, is you never know. And the numbers don't always tell the story. So I want to get to hockey stat cards. So let me share that screen. Here's our hockey stat cards. Let me minimize me. And here you go. So like we said before, the lines going, here's your center line. The lines going to the left are not what you want. Lines going to the right are what you want. So your best players, Marty Necas. Excellent game from him. He had the 2 assists on the day. Great game from him. McKinnon, Lehkonen, Drury, all those guys are going to the right-hand side. That is what you want. So you see the things going to the left, and in blue, that is offense. That's team offense. So your bad days offensively, Josh Manson, Sam Girard, Calvin DeHaan, Sam Malinsky. Tough games for them on offense. Defense, it says they show that they played a more positive game. I know that's probably a tough sell on some people, but it's just what the analytics say. And here's the Islanders one. Most of their stuff's all going to the right-hand side, and most of that's defensively when you only give up 2. But offensively, they're going to the left-hand side as well, because they were not generating a lot of offense, which is odd to say when a team has 5 goals. But they really didn't. And if you look at the game scorecards, you have a really high score from Anders Lee. 4.13 game score is very high. That's a good score. For the Avalanche, your top guy was Marty Necas at 3.11. But you see, like, most of this is Islander stuff. You don't get down till Nathan McKinnon down here to 2.31. That is a good game score. Lehkonen 2.01. That is a good game score. And then you kind of get more towards the 0. Drury with 1.36. Taves with a 1.03. Anything over 0 is good. Anything really over like 0 to anything to 1 is okay. That's a positive game. 1 and over is a good game. Anything over like 2 is yet a very, very good game. And then the opposite is true. If you look at the negatives, look at the negatives here. Look at the last 4. Ignore the last 2 because those are goalies. The last 4 guys on here, all defensemen, all from the Colorado Avalanche. Sam Malinsky with a minus 0.95 game score. Calvin DeHaan with a minus 1.04 game score. Josh Manson with a minus 1.38. And Sammy G with a negative 1.86. You can't have 4 out of your 6 defensemen at the bottom of that list. You just can't. So that is your hockey stat cards. And then finally, we're going to get to always my favorite, and that is Money Puck, to take a look at the deserve to win O-meter. Why? Because it's just a lot of fun. There it is. 54% of the time, with everything taken into account, an average goaltending, the Colorado Avalanche win that game after 1,000 game simulations. Here's your expected goals. 3.07 for the Avs, 3.35 for the Islanders. Thought it'd be a little bit higher for the Avs, maybe a little bit closer to 4. Maybe they'll have these flipped almost. But that's your expected goals. Your expected goal leaders for the Avalanche was Arturi Lehkonen with a 0.46. Colton was right behind him, which surprised me a little bit because I didn't think Ross Colton was that noticeable in this game. So, yeah, sometimes funny things happen like that. But that's your deserve to win. I don't know. I sure people are gonna be upset because it's obviously a loss. But analytically, numbers, heat maps, all that stuff, your lines, you put up a good game, a good effort. And Jared Bednar, I didn't watch his full press conference, but I saw a clip of him saying that it feels like they played three good road games, but only got one win out of it. And that just speaks to, we got to produce more. We have to execute more. So yeah, you can get all the gaudy and good looking numbers that you want, but if it doesn't produce results, what are we really doing here? So we keep saying this is the next step for the Avalanche. The next step is like whatever with the numbers. Screw the numbers. Throw them out. Put the puck in the net. Do what you have to do to put the puck in the net. And that's just where the Avalanche are right now. So I do have the Hockey Viz one. There's something going on with the account on that, and I have to fix that because I like some of the analytics that they have too. As soon as I get that fixed, I'll add this to our StatCast. But there you go. StatCast for the Islanders versus the Avalanche. It's a loss, but analytically, it's not as bad as a 5-2 loss. And maybe even a little surprising that it was a loss because I feel like the Avalanche did okay in this game. But okay and doesn't necessarily mean a win. And in this case, it didn't. All right, that'll wrap it up for this StatCast. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Go check out our episode for today with Kyle and I, if you haven't yet, breaking down this game. Yeah, and we'll do this after their next game, which is against, I looked it up, and I already forgot who it was, so I will look it up very quickly here. The Blues, that's right. The first game against the Blues. It's almost February, and they're finally playing the Blues. So, all right, everyone, enjoy. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys later.